Would you like to join me at the interview table here? So, the Something Different show is weird. It's different. We're gonna try and do things that make everyone a little uncomfortable. This is new and different. So, there's cameras here. We're trying to work with the camera system. We got puppets. Live
Where's
music.
the puppet? I am real as real can be.
We've got Rachel coming up. She's going to do some belly dancing for you. And we've also got Paul Patino who's going to be coming up in a little bit in the show. But first off, let's get to know Mr. Orion Peterson Jones here. I've actually known you pretty much my entire life here in Arcata. Adult life, that's right. But you're a local, right? And so just so that we all get to know you a little bit better, like who are you, where are you from, what do you do?
I'm Orion. I'm from here. I'm a musician.
Very good.
Wow, I
very
think
good.
you've already figured that.
Very concise.
What's the unobvious?
So, the band that you're in, Datura Blues, I believe I saw it when I first met you. You said 23 years it's been around?
Yeah, we started in 1999.
So why don't you give us a little history of the Datura Blues? 23 years is a long time. I'm sure it's morphed and changed, and it's...
Yeah, we were all music students at Humboldt, and we met you. Most of us were playing with the Marching Lumberjacks, and we needed a rock outlet. So that's how we met you initially. Bunch of music nerds, and we played in Arcata for about 5 years, and then moved the project up to Seattle and Portland, and out to Austin for a little bit.
And you guys have toured across the country and beyond, or?
Yeah, we did quite a few tours of the States and tour of Europe.
Tell me about touring Europe. That's more than a local band. You're an international acclaimed Datura Blues.
Well, the Datura Blues is it's hard to have a band. It's a lot of people, a lot of gears, and now most of the guys we're separated by distance. Most of them still live up in Portland. So I started playing solo and started doing more folk music a few years ago because it was a lot easier to travel with one guitar, an acoustic guitar. It's a lot easier to get on a plane with an acoustic guitar than it is electric stuff and all your pedals and amps and whatever. So I started touring a lot more once I started playing stripped down.
No, but the band was really big. How many members have been through Datura Blues? I'm pretty sure there's like 8 people when I saw it in 2000.
There've been over 40 people.
40? All at once?
No, maybe. It's very possible.
Maybe you could share with us. You've got like award-winning videos that you produced. So why don't you tell us and the studio audience about your outstanding video credentials?
Well, I was a film minor at Humboldt State, and I didn't really use it until a few years ago. One of my bandmates from Datura Blues and I started traveling, and the first place that we went to was Cuba, and we went there with absolutely nothing, no equipment, and ended up meeting all these people that were such amazing people and had such great stories that we filmed what we could on a little tablet and phones and stuff, and came back and said we need to go back with real equipment. So we went back 2 years later and shot a documentary about Carnival culture in Santiago de Cuba. We were there for 3 weeks in Santiago, and we filmed from the beginning, the setup of Carnival to the end, the cleanup. And it was 24-hour party the entire time we were there, and 110-degree weather, and we were working the entire time, so we didn't get to play. But we came back and we put together a really cool short documentary, and since then we've been kind of, my buddy and I have been kind of hired to do a few other projects here and there. So we got picked up to go to Senegal and film a mini series about Senegalese musicians, and we traveled there for a few weeks, up and down the whole country through the Gambia, and ended up filming about 14 different performances of different groups. And so that's in the process of being edited and put together. We have another film about Cuban musicians that we filmed as we were filming the documentary about Carnival that we're still putting together. So we've got quite a bit of like world music sort of film work under our belt.
You're well traveled. That's great. 5 of the 6 continents.
So far.
It's hard to get gigs in Antarctica.
Yeah, I'm saving that for my 50th birthday.
Ah, very nice.
But I'll be able to cross Australia off the list this year too. So,
Bobby, have you performed in Antarctica?
You know, I'll tell you. I did. I was much younger then. And when I came back, no one believed me. I told them this fantastic story about a giant hole that was like a donut. And it reminded me of Don's Donuts and how they used to stay open until all night. And it really kind of bummed me out because I realized that all night in Antarctica meant that 24 hours. And, you know, because the sun, you know, it's dark for a long time and it's light. And well, anyways, the hole was really deep, and inside there was a world that you would never believe. Just like Orion's story. I mean, I'm not Orion. I mean, you are planetary, right? You do travel around the universe, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your next step? I mean, like, what's happening on the moon?
Fracking. Maybe.
I don't believe this.
So,
You gave away the secret. Okay.
so Bobby, you and Orion have something in common, that you both have a radio show at the Humboldt Hot Air.
That's right. Humboldt Hot Air on Thursdays from 4 to 6. That's right. This is the Bobby Burns Show with DJ Dinofloss on HumboldtHotAir.org.
And you have 2 shows.
Tonight.
Yes, tonight. He just double booked. It's amazing. Well, do you want to plug your Humboldt Hot Air shows for the live audience here?
Yeah, I do 2 shows on Wednesday. One show from H10 called It's Not Wednesday, and that's with my buddy Wizard. We co-host it and just do really naughty things, putting bad songs against other bad songs and trying to make them work. And it doesn't work. It's a mess. But and then my show afterwards, which is 10 to midnight, the difficult listening hours, and that's utilizes sort of my background in ethnomusicology and traveling and interest in world music, and I do kind of deep dives into experimental music from all over the world. So I just finished up 14 weeks, the 14-week series of psychedelic experimental music from Spain. And this week I move into the Balkans, and then I'm going to go and teach the different countries in the Balkans. And
You said 14 weeks.
Mhm.
This is a very in-depth study.
Yeah.
And boring, too.
I think informative.
I mean, that's what I meant. My diction was being like a dick. I'm sorry. You have a great show.
Thank you, Bobby. So we have another guest tonight. Someone you might be familiar with.
No, you're not the guest. Get out of here, Binky. Get out of here. I know it's your stage, but I don't see the egg up there. No. He's still, get back. He's still interviewing. Sorry.
we love chickens here in the show, and also in the theater. I've heard there's chickens like this chicken crossing in the exit theater. Why didn't the chicken cross the road? Because there was an exit sign at the door. Just made that up.
Wow. I got one too.
Yeah?
Why did the fake chicken cross the road?
What?
To get to the rubber side.
Uh,
I just made that up 2 years ago.
So later in the show, we're gonna have Paul Patino, and he was a city council member for a few years, but in 2020, I believe he ran for city council at the same time that you did. So I'm gonna ask you the same question I'm gonna ask him is not only why did you choose to be on city council, but why would anyone want to be on city council?
That's a good question. I ran because I felt like there is drastic and immediate change that needs to happen right now, and I think a lot of it is just being ignored. And I think that I want to see things happen and less talk and more action. And then everyone says that's what they want, and it's just not that easy, obviously. But I was like all for just like the extremes, shut the plaza down, like the cars, and just fucking do it. Like the extremes, just go to the extremes. Like,
But then where are the cars gonna go?
who cares?
Something different is what we want.
Something different, that's right,
And
something
I
different.
knew that I wasn't going to win, and that wasn't the point. I wanted to be able to express some sentiments in public, and I thought that was a pretty good
Or
idea.
you could do that right now. Look, there was like 15 public here right now.
Well, it took me 3 years, but I did vote for both you and Paul as my votes. So it took 3 years. But look, you guys get your voice here for a few minutes for a small audience. Well, we're gonna have you back on the stage at the end of the show, but right now you're gonna play for our next guest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you wanna go to your instrument, Bobby, do you wanna go ahead and introduce our next guest on the Something Different show?
Should I? Is it time?
It's time.
Is it time? Did you
Yeah.
take your watch?
Uh,
You did a lot better in the interview. Last time, I have to say something. It was like that donut in the Antarctic, It was just really cold.
Snowy, huh?
Yeah, it's snowy.